Hello, and welcome to another episode of Reclaiming My Life. I'm one of your co hosts, Dr. Tiffany Tyson. Welcome to the show. Hmm, the weather's getting a little chilly outside. You can wear those favorite boots that you bought that go with that perfect outfit. What's going on? It's fall. But not only are the leaves changing and the seasons changing, you notice that your mood is changing as well. Why? Well, the days are shorter and there's less sunlight. So sometimes this can cause some sadness. And with sadness, we have in the fall and winter what we call as a form of depression is seasonal affective disorder. So, with seasonal affective disorder, you can have mild symptoms. Some mild symptoms that can occur can be feelings of sadness, but you're still able to go about your day. You're still able to go to work, to school, and attend your other activities. You have trouble falling asleep, or you have little energy, but again, you still can participate in your daily activities. Now, severe symptoms of seasonal affective disorder is socially withdrawal, or you're oversleeping, or you're noticing you may be eating more of those snacky type foods. So, before I get into some tips, I'm going to bring on our co host for tonight, Miss Claudia Massey. Hey, beautiful.
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
I am wonderful. So now you're a health and wellness coach. Have you noticed that when the seasons change or it gets cooler outside, that some of your clients either have trouble falling asleep or you noticing they're gaining weight? They're talking about, oh, I'm overeating and I just want to, snack on everything that's in the house. Have you noticed some changes in your clients that you talk with?
I have noticed some changes. There are changes in people, as you said, seasonal depression. And sometimes, of course, different times of the year, not only when it's, getting cool and closer to the end of the year, but just, different seasons. People are grieving. You hear people talk about, oh, this time of the year, this is when, I lost my pet or I lost my mom or so they get depressed and they become depressed for a month, 2 months, and sometimes people don't even realize that they are depressed. Like you said, the mood swings have changed. We're
Mhm.
not talking as much. Our eating habits are changing, and we're like, what's going on? What's wrong? And then someone will say, oh, you know what, the anniversary date of something that traumatized me is coming
Mhm.
up. So therefore, that's what's going on. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling sad even before the date actually arrives. And then sometimes, people realize I'm feeling a little down because
Mhm.
Christmas is coming. I realize
Yeah.
Christmas is in a few months and I don't know how I'm going to make ends meet. I want to see my children happy, but I know I don't have the funds to really buy Christmas. So, people starting to stress,
Yeah.
as it's getting closer to the end of the year, and I always say it's so unfortunate, and a lot of times I usually come on and get on Facebook and, give the people a message and I'd be like, eat a little snack, eating some nuts or something. And I'd be like, some of y'all are worried, you know.
Right.
Don't do it. If you don't have the money, don't worry about it. Because when people love you and they know
Oh,
you, they
yeah.
shouldn't expect for you to be stressed or they shouldn't expect for you to put yourself in a financial bind. So don't worry yourself. Do what you can do and
Mhm.
stay mentally healthy.
Yeah.
And I'm eating the little nuts right. And I'll be like, you see me? Unbothered.
Yes.
Unbothered. I'm not going to stress myself out.
Yes, and I like that you brought in the nuts. Walnuts is very good. It has that vitamin D in it. And so walnuts and berries are some of the things that people can eat during this time because they're not loaded only loaded with antioxidants, but they also have fiber and they have what we call prebiotics. And those walnuts have that vitamin D that we need because, again, that sun's
Hmm.
not shining. And, as people that have more melon, we don't get out in the sun that much during the summer anyway. So especially during the winter, sometimes we may need to stock up on salmon and and walnuts and some egg yolks and things like that. But also some vitamin D supplements may also be beneficial as well. I'm now going to bring on our other co-host, Minister Cooper. How are you, sis?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am doing well. So we've been talking about Depression Awareness Month or seasonal affective disorder as the fall begins to come in. So in the daycare setting, how do you notice that the children come into the daycare? Do they come in differently? Are you noticing that they complain of more headaches or tiredness, or how are they feeling? Have you noticed any changes?
Well, right lately we've noticed some of the kids coming in groggy or, sleepy, kind of lethargic, you know, um, not really understanding what's going on with them. But we've seen it a lot, but right lately it's starting to become like every day you have at least 3 or 4 kids that's coming in. They can't keep their eyes open. They want to lay around. And in our center we still take naps. So if they're coming in lethargic at nap time, it's going to be a hassle for them to lay back down.
So are you noticing that you guys have to do different activities to kind of get them going, get them energized, or what do you guys do when they come in groggy, other than
So
the
besides, we normally we would go ahead and let them try to get their nap out. If even if even though we have nap time later on, you can't just. We don't know if the kids have been up late at night. You don't know what the situations are at home. So we would let them rest at least 30 minutes, see if they want breakfast. If not, put them. We try to go outside early in the mornings. For some of the kids, we have a lot of kids that's real antsy, so they need to go outside for a while. And the fresh air, actually helps some of them. So that's normally what we do. Get them, get them outside, get the little bodies going.
Mhm.
Sometimes if it's raining, I like to play the song "Happy" by Pharrell. That's
Oh
one of my
yeah,
songs. It picks them up.
yeah,
They
yeah.
jumping around. I'm happy. So that's my favorite.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I like to do with my group of students. Which I'm working with the 3 or 4 year olds when I'm in the classroom.
And
Yeah.
that is really good, sis. So one of the tips in getting people out of this funk that they're in, or the sadness that they're in, is to keep people moving. So
Hmm.
getting up and doing an activity, whether it's outside or indoors, and definitely a song that's a feel good song like Happy. You got me thinking about it now.
Yes.
That's a wonderful song that even adults love to hear because it makes you what? Puts a smile on your face,
Yes.
gets your body moving,
Yes.
gets that heart rate up. And so
Hmm.
exercise is great. So even in the winter months, we may want to say, wow, it's cold outside. I don't feel like I can go out and exercise, but there's always indoor places, like you said, inside the daycare. You
Right.
can always put on some music at home, get up, get moving, maybe not walking, but maybe doing a little bit of dancing to get your body
Hmm.
moving. So
Hmm.
that's real important as well.
Definitely.
So any other thoughts, Coach Claudia, as we're winding up here?
I was just thinking, of course, when people are going through their, seasons of depression, to the loved ones and friends and co-workers or whomever, may be around a person that is going through, please just allow them grace. A lot of times we don't want to allow people grace. We don't even want to give them, a week or two when they're moody or going through, you never know what people are going through. And sometimes, we just need a moment, a moment to process our feelings, a moment to breathe, just a moment to, to be where we are. And of course, and I say grace because, if 2 or 3 months have passed and you see a person is, constantly declining, okay, wait a minute, before they were only moody. Now, they're home and they're in the bed all the time, they're not opening up the curtains, that's a different story. That's of course when, we know we need to take action, wait a minute, something needs to be done. But allow people grace to
Mhm,
breathe.
mhm. Minister Cooper, any last words?
Yes. Going back to the adults, during this seasonal time, um, a good Bible verse for depression is Psalms 23:4, which reads, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Now, this verse offers a very powerful reminder that God is always by our side in times of
Hmm.
difficulty. And to piggyback off of what Claudia said, we don't give people grace, grace period to get themselves together. God gives us grace. So we too,
Yeah.
give others grace as well. And just know that God is with us at all times.
All right, now you heard it. God is with us all time. So during this season, the fall and the winter months, take time to check in on your loved ones. As Coach Claudia said, if you haven't heard from them in a while, give them a call, go by and see them. That's so important. And again, if you or your loved one are suffering or in crisis, the crisis number is 988. And in parting, we always want to say that we're here to not only motivate you, but inspire you, but also to educate you. And so tonight we talked about, today and tonight, we talked about wherever you may be, we talked about the signs and symptoms of seasonal affective disorder. Remember, October is Depression Awareness Month. So be aware, be kind to one another. Have a great day.